Hello and welcome back to Super Smash or Pass. Today, we're looking at Goku. So before the episode begins, let me address a couple of things here. Number one, yes, we're actually doing Goku. I know, Angry Mob, calm down. Trust me on this. Number two, last week I did the episode on Sora, and some of you in the comments correctly called me out on something, that the assist trophy idea I had for Mickey, Donald, and Goofy is kind of weird, because Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are, of course, cartoon characters. I didn't even think twice about that, and a lot of you called me out on it, and it's a very fair point. Now, of course, Goku is also a cartoon character, originally. So, when I first thought of the idea for the Goku episode, originally this was going to be more of a discussion piece. The idea behind it was that I was going to talk about how the idea that Cloud gets in doesn't mean anyone can get in, and I was going to talk about that. And I still plan on doing something like that in the future, because that point always annoys me. But when noticing your comments about the Mickey, Donald, and Goofy thing, I started to notice how hypocritical I had been in that past episode. And the reason I was being hypocritical is that since I did not even think twice about the Disney characters, but one of my main arguments against characters like Goku has always been, well, he's an anime character. It doesn't seem like a fair thing to do, and it definitely isn't how I want to present myself. So, for that reason, since I gave them a fair shake on the Sora episode, we're giving Goku a fair shake here. We're not going to take into consideration the fact that he is an anime character. We're going to look at this as if he had originated in video games to, one, remain consistent, and also to actually be able to talk about the character, because or else this episode would just be like, no, he's an anime. And that'd be the end of it. However, to combat this, I also will be doing a video on Thursday where we're going to be talking about whether or not characters that originated from other forms of media should be allowed in Super Smash Bros. Of course, that means characters like Goku, or Spider-Man, or Harry Potter, I don't know, these kinds of multimedia characters, and whether or not they should or should not be allowed into Super Smash Bros. And that's going to be a bigger discussion video that'll be out on Thursday, so hopefully you can come back and watch that one after this is done. Another note about Goku is that Goku, or at least Dragon Ball, has a lot of games. A lot of games. I have a list here, and I'm going to kind of have to do a lightning round with pictures. Forgive me if I, one, pronounce something wrong, because a lot of these are in Japanese. Two, if I miss something. And three, if I talk about a game that Goku doesn't actually appear in, because I just kind of went down a list of Dragon Ball titles, because I'm assuming that Goku, the main character, would appear in all of them. But I could not check. There's not reasonably enough time on my hands for me to be looking through every single one of these games to make sure Goku appeared. So, the first game on my list is Dragon Power. That was released in 1988 for the NES and the Famicom, and Dragon Power is one that is a little bit more special than the other ones because it was only a Dragon Ball game in Japan. When it got localized over here, they kind of made it Journey to the West themed, which is very strange, and they kind of like reskinned Goku into like a basic fighter character, and they reskinned a bunch of the characters, but it is originally a Dragon Ball game, so some of you might have even played this Dragon Power game as kids and didn't really know it was supposed to be a Dragon Ball Z game, but it is. Then we have Dragon Ball Daimo Fukatsu, also released in 1988 on the Famicom. That was Japan only. Dragon Ball 3 Gokuden, that was 1989 on the Famicom, Japan exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Kyoshu Saiyan, 1990 for the Famicom, also Japanese exclusive. Dragon Ball Z 2 Gekishin Frieza, that was 1991 on the Famicom, also Japanese exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan Densetsu, 1992, Super Famicom, Japan. Dragon Ball Z 3 Resin Shinzon Ningen, 1992, Famicom, Japanese exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Giketo Tenkaichi Budokai, 1992, Famicom, Japanese exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden 1993, Super Famicom, Japan and Europe exclusive. That didn't come over to North America. Dragon Ball Z Gaiden Saiyajin Zetsumetsu Kikaku 1993, Super Famicom, Japan. Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden 2 1993, Super Famicom, Japan, Europe, and North America. Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden 3 1994, Super Famicom, Japan, and Europe. Dragon Ball Z Goku Hishoden 1994, Game Boy, Japan. Dragon Ball Z Super Goku Den Totsugeki Hen 1995, Super Famicom, Japan. Dragon Ball Z Goku Geki Toden 1995, Game Boy, Japan. Dragon Ball Z Super Goku Den Kakusai Hen 1995, Super Famicom, Japan. Dragon Ball Z Hyper Dimension 1996, Super Famicom, Japan, and Europe. Dragon Ball Z The Legacy of Goku 2002, GBA, North America and Europe. Dragon Ball Z Collectible Card Game 2002, GBA, North America exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Warriors 2002, Game Boy Color, Japan, Europe, and North America. Dragon Ball Z The Legacy of Goku 2 2003, GBA, Japan, Europe, and North America. Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu 2003, GBA, North America exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2003, GameCube, Japan, Europe, and North America. Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors 2004, GBA. Dragon Ball Z Boo's Fury 2004, GBA, North American exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 2004, GameCube, released worldwide. Dragon Ball Z Advanced Adventure 2004, GBA. Dragon Ball Z Sagas 2005, GameCube, North America exclusive. Dragon Ball GT Transformation 2005, GBA, North American exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors 2 2005, Nintendo DS, released worldwide. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 2006, Wii. Dragon Ball Z Harukanaru Densetsu 2007, Nintendo DS. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 2007, Wii. Dragon Ball Origins 2008, DS. Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans 2009, DS. Dragon Ball Z Revenge of King Piccolo 2009, Wii. Dragon Ball Origins 2 2010, DS. Dragon Ball Kai Ultimate Butoden 2011, DS, Japan exclusive. Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Mission 2013, 3DS, Japan exclusive. Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Mission 2 2014, 3DS, Japan exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Extreme Butoden 2015, 3DS. Dragon Ball Fusions 2016, Nintendo 3DS. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 2017, Nintendo Switch. Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Mission X 2017, Nintendo 3DS. And lastly, Dragon Ball FighterZ 2018, Switch, so far a Japan exclusive. Now, we just went over 46 games. 46! And that is not counting games that Goku has guest starred in. These are only games that fall under the Dragon Ball banner. These are also only games that have appeared on Nintendo consoles, because there was a few for like the PlayStation only, or the Xbox, or the Master System, or other consoles that have existed. And oh my god, there's so many games. So, aside from all those games, Goku also clearly has a defined moveset, both from so many of his games being fighting games, just from like Xenoverse or FighterZ. You could probably make a whole character just based on that moveset. But of course, then there is also what he uses in the anime, although I'm sure he uses all those moves in games, and I don't think this would be a problem or a difficult thing to do. And for his final smash, I think you kind of have to do the Spirit Bomb. Like, what else would you do? I thought about the Kamehameha, but the Kamehameha I think is just a little bit too known. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird maneuver to lock behind the final smash, even though it would make sense. But it's a weird thing to lock behind a final smash to me. I think that should just be one of his regular moves, or one of his smash attacks or something. And then Spirit Bomb being what I think is his most powerful move. Correct me if I'm wrong. I watched very little Dragon Ball, but I'm pretty sure that's one of his strongest moves. And that, in my opinion, he should go Super Saiyan and then do one of those. And none of this Super Saiyan 2, 4, 11, God, Goku Black, whatever the heck else, Gogeta, none of this stuff, right? I don't want none of this nonsense. Just regular Super Saiyan. Keep it simple for us, right? We don't need us non-Dragon Ball people. We don't understand this stuff, okay? I don't understand why Goku has blue hair sometimes. I don't want to know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care, but just keep it simple, keep it sacred, keep it safe, right? And then for assist trophies, I think you have to do Krillin, right? Come on, how could you not do Krillin? I mean, I guess like Goten or Trunks or Vegeta or what's the other one? Gohan. Gohan's my favorite character from the show, and I don't even remember his name. Gohan or Piccolo, or I don't know, there's a bunch of characters you could do. Mr. Popo would be freaking hilarious. But there's a bunch of characters you could do, but I think Krillin should be the one you do. And I think that he should throw like a sensu bean first, and then like he'll heal the player, and then he'll just go attack, you know, the enemy, like your basic assist trophy type of thing, like Waluigi or Alucard or those kinds of assist trophies. And of course, he has to be KO'd because we got to keep the Krillin own count going. Come on, all my DBZ abridged people, you know what I'm talking about. So, Goku is a character that, despite being very controversial for reasons we're not going to mention, a lot of people want this character in the game. Goku's probably one of, realistically, the most asked for characters, at least as high up there as characters like Isaac and even Gino, I dare say. I really don't think that people have a problem with Goku. You know, I think people really do want him in the game. Now, here's the thing. Goku, I also think, is way more hated than any other Smash character that people take seriously. You know, I'm not counting Shrek. I don't think people actually want Shrek in the game. I'm hoping that people don't actually want Shrek in the game, but Sylvie, I really do think that, you know, Goku has some sort of sense to him when you look at it like this. And of course, fans aren't the only people who are trying to get Goku in Super Smash Bros. Because, you know, Funimation is also taking up that mantle and trying to get him in there. And I don't really know any other company as big as Funimation who is publicly pushing a character. So that's something. I can't deny that. There's also a matter of fact that, like I said, Goku's appeared in 46 different games from 1988 to 2018. He's been on consoles for a long time, and these are all Nintendo consoles. This is, you know, like I said, completely eliminating things like arcade games or any mobile games or whatever. Goku has cemented himself, whether we like it or not, as a part of video games. He's a character that shows up quite a lot, and there's no denying that. However, here's where things start to diverge, because Goku is currently, the Dragon Ball stuff falls under Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco, of course, is developing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so that gives Goku a pretty good shot. But there's a lot of other series that Bandai Namco makes, and we have to look at the characters that have been added to Super Smash Bros. When it comes to third parties. We have Sonic, Snake, Cloud, Bayonetta, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Ryu, Simon, and I think that's it. If I forgot anybody, put them up on the screen. But I think that's everybody. And all of these characters have made huge impacts in the gaming market. I mean, Bayonetta, maybe not, and I guess maybe even Snake, maybe those two, not as much. But I think that they both have cemented themselves being in here, because Snake from Kojima, of course, you know, Kojima, probably one of the most well-known game developers out there. And then Bayonetta made a big deal for Nintendo specifically, because it was the first time that I can remember, at least, Nintendo kind of swooped in and saved a series. And while it didn't work as well with like Devil's Third, it was something really interesting to see, and I couldn't see Bayonetta not eventually joining Smash. So if you even want to look at Bayonetta as a third-party character, because she is, I think, technically, but there's Nintendo influences on that. But all these other characters like Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man, Simon, these characters have completely changed the landscape of video games. There's no denying that. Without Pac-Man, gaming wouldn't be what it is today. Without Sonic, it wouldn't be. Without Mega Man, without Simon Belmont, all these characters are as important as a character like Mario. So, with this kind of pedigree to our third-party characters, does that open the door to Goku? And while, like I've said, Goku is definitely a massive name in media as a whole, I don't know that he is a massive name in video games. He's appeared a lot, he's been on a lot of stuff, but I don't know that that means that he's done a lot for gaming specifically, and I don't know that Goku is a gaming icon at all. If the Dragon Ball anime did not exist, would we still be talking about Goku solely based on his appearance in video games? I don't think so. And because I said I'm not going to look at the anime, I have to judge him purely on his stance as a video game character. And especially since Bandai Namco has a lot of other series that I really do think not only do fans want representation from, but really impacted the market. You have things like Tekken, you have things like Soul Calibur, you have the Tales series. There's a lot that they could pull from, and I don't think Dragon Ball is the series they're gonna choose from. Now, yes, this is dependent on what Sakurai wants and what they want, sure. And I'm not saying it wouldn't benefit them to get Goku in the game, but I just don't think Goku has what it takes as a video game character. Because that's the thing, for him to be into Smash Brothers, you can't look at him as an anime character, because then it completely makes him irrelevant. But taking away the anime section of the character also completely dwarfs his importance to media. Because without the anime, I don't think Dragon Ball Z really would have taken off outside of Japan. I mean, at least not to the degree that we've seen. Yes, the manga is a big part of that, but if the manga had just been adapted into video games and nothing else, would this be the talking point that it is? I don't think so. I really don't. So, for that reason, despite me, I feel like I gave him a fair shot here. I don't feel comfortable giving Goku the verdict of Smash, so I'm gonna have to give him a pass. Game over. And this one actually surprised me, because as soon as I figured out that I needed to remove the anime context from Goku, and I was looking at how many games Goku has been in, I really thought I was going to give this character a smash. I thought I was going to have to do it. And full disclosure, there is some bias from me, this is not a character I want in the game at all for many reasons. But, I try to give an unbiased opinion here on the show, and hopefully I've done that. But I really just don't think there's enough yet to deem Goku this valuable of a character to video games exclusively. If there ever comes a day where Goku can stand on his own as a video game character, completely, separate from the anime, we could have a discussion. Then there's something that maybe there's a reason to get him in here. But until that happens, I just don't know if that's something that's gonna be going on. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Does Goku deserve to be in the game? After all, he's probably one of the strongest characters in media, so what do I know? Or, no, he's an anime character. Why'd you even make this video? He's an anime character. Sakurai's not gonna put an anime character in this goddamn thing, and you're making 2 videos about this? Come on! Listen, gotta do what you gotta do. So guys, remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, share this video with your friends if they want to talk about Super Smash Brothers, or if they want to watch some passing for a white guy dude talking about trying to pronounce Japanese names on the internet and making fun of me. Feel free, by the way, because I do the same if I were you. And that's it. See you on Thursday.